Holy moly, this book surprised me in every way. Uh, I mean, look at the cover. This cover does not look that promising. But I bought it out of curiosity. I was like, oh, this sounds like kind of an interesting premise, like a fantasy adventure thing. Okay. I've been burned by that in the past, but I'll give it a try. I'll give it a try. I don't know who Ken Gehring is. And what I got is fun. This whole book is fun. Look at these colors. They pop. The line work is solid. It's fluid. It conveys motion. Yeah, maybe it's not like super detailed or whatever, but when I'm watching this, I can see it move. This looks like like what an animated movie should have been. This should have been made in the 80s or the 90s when animation was at its sublime peak. This would have blown people's socks off as a film. Or like a mini-series. If you ever watch like Pirates of Darkwater, like that's kind of how that kind of animation is how I see this moving. That's what it feels like. This is so good. I haven't even talked about what's going on because it doesn't really matter. Here's the world they live in. Floating islands. There was a PlayStation 1 game. I never actually beat it. I want to say it was like Grand Stream or something, but it was set on a bunch of floating islands. So it's an exotic, wonderful setting. And so this dude is on the run because he's got a scroll. I'm going to skip over a whole bunch of pages. Just kind of go towards the end of the book when they reveal Gogor. But he's got this scroll, and somehow that scroll is going to bring like freedom from these invaders here. Who are these guys? They've got rifles. They ride beetles and bugs and stuff. He rides like a flying mole squirrel. It's awesome. And this dude, this is Gogor. He wakes up, and presumably he's gonna smash stuff. But that's where we ended the first issue, is with this guy's initial journey, the initial fantasy journey, completing. I thought he was gonna be doing this for like the whole book to reach the place and then summon Gogor, but no. I guess now it's gonna be like figuring out how to talk with Gogor or something. Like I'm intrigued. I don't know what's gonna happen. It's great. I can't even explain why it's great. It's so good. Look at this crazy layout. We have 9 panels on top of a 10th panel. Oh, that's so crazy. I mean, very rarely is there anything boring in this book. Look at this panel layout right here. These 3 slashed panels in one panel. When you do get something kind of boring, it's framing something exciting happening. Or it's used as decompression, like him here, we're showing the passing of time and him like thinking about things. It's paced wonderfully. It's not too fast, it's not hectic, but it sure ain't slow. I can't recommend it enough. Maybe that's just because this was such a surprise for me. Because it was. I wasn't expecting anything nearly this good. And I got something wonderful. And so far, not only is it good, but this feels like the kind of thing you can give to like your 12-year-old nephew or something, or your son, and they're going to enjoy it. This is kind of like that. It feels, at least in this issue, like it's made for that kind of not quite young adulty market. Like that's what it's aimed at. Like Dark Crystal, for example. I guess out of movies that actually exist, Dark Crystal is probably a pretty good example what this feels like. Or some certain Miyazaki movies, like maybe Nausicaa, for example. Like that's what this feels like. There's a sense of wonder, a sense of adventure. There's struggle. There's going to be growth. We meet some interesting, fascinating people. Not only do they look fascinating or interesting in some regard, but they're all a little eclectic, a little strange, and they act in their own ways. I am so ready for this. I am putting this on my pull list. Next chance I get at my comic shop, I'm going to be like, yo, dude, give me Gogor. And he's going to be like, yeah, you got issue 1 already? I'm going to be like, I got issue 1 already. Give me issue 2. And we'll see what happens. I can't wait. I kind of wish it could just like jump straight to a trade. Well, if it jumped straight to a trade, I probably never would have read it. So I guess that's an incorrect thought on my part. I'll see you next time. You all have a great day. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. When I say all that good stuff, really I'm telling you, please click on things and help the channel grow. And recommend it to your friends if you're liking it. And bye-bye.